All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for RWBY Volume 7, Chapter 9.
It's about to get cold up in here.
It's about to get cold
Oh
up in
boy,
here.
oh boy.
And we start the part 2 of the Schnee Manor mini arc
right.
that I am liking the focus on here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect backdrop for everything to go to
shit. Yeah. Oh boy. This is real bad.
And I love that Weiss is front and center at the in the protagonist stage of the conflict here.
Mm-hmm.
We have in a bit more of a gray neutral area, but still in the protagonist side of things, Ironwood and Winter.
Yep.
Again, also people that make sense to be here. And then we have Jacques Schnee, I would say, doing quite well for himself, considering that he is playing on his home turf, so he has that advantage.
But it is a dangerous game he is playing. He is,
and it's going to get thrown in his face rather quickly here.
Oh yeah.
Weiss now has camera evidence,
maybe not
minimum,
audio,
potentially microphone audio. Though.
Right. It would be really silly, seemingly, if they had a camera but no audio, since she's trying to spy, and technology is pretty advanced here. But yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy.
I love that we have multiple character little motivation things going on in this area within the mansion, and still they had enough time to have the crew doing a stupid prank on Whitley. Just
stupid
for
prank that did have relevance to what they were trying to do. We
learned some very interesting things about the Schnee family. Willow, Mama Schnee, she feels like a prisoner in her own home, and we understand why she drinks and why all this is happening. Not only with her, but with Whitley.
Yeah,
she gave a very genius bit of insight in that he's alone.
Yeah,
just like me. And I can't help him.
Yep.
In some ways,
maybe you can.
Maybe Weiss, you can save him. And that's brilliant because we've been made to hate Whitley.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like that was the writer's intention.
Yeah.
Like,
they were very effective. Yeah.
And yet, looking at this with a little bit of a little bit more shades of gray, you realize that it's not so black and white here. Watts turned off the heat,
but he turned off the heat.
And this is something that I never really thought about, but given that this is a northern, like Arctic Circle kind of continent, it's probably something where they had to, have this running for, forever in order to keep things going here.
Right.
But if everyone's grown accustomed to that,
they might not be prepared for
overnight. What happens when areas with like simple single pane glass windows?
Oh yeah. I mean, then it's still a cold area, probably more or less.
Yeah, somewhat.
But yeah, they're not ready for an ice age. They're not ready for frozen, basically.
Yeah. So this is where I think we'll still get a little bit more setup, but I think that the actual stage for whatever Salem wants to do with regards to this has been set. So I expect almost either within like maybe the end of the next episode or maybe teased a little bit here, Grimm to be on the move.
Oh yeah.
Because this is right about the point when you basically have forced everyone outside. Mantle becomes extremely vulnerable.
And everyone panics like crazy.
And everyone panics like crazy. And then the Grimm are already being sent there to time it with the specific thing there. And then I would actually like to see what Tyrion and Watts do. Do they just leave? They're like, we did our job.
Kind of a thing, yeah.
Or do they have... I'm sure they're going to stay. It's more narratively fun that way. But...
because they can make this worse.
What's their next goal? Because I feel like Watts can't stay at the Schnee Manor because, he's going to get found out, at least as being someone that, at the very least, they should worry about. So, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Episode chapter 9. Let's just jump right into this. Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep wishing for some tragedy. Cause when you're burning a lightning ball,
oh boy.
It's gonna save you from
That's actually how this volume's gonna end. Cinder's gonna show up and just dust them all.
It is a good point, though. You know, Cinder and Neo,
they did leave to go here.
Right. But in terms of timeline, when they actually get here,
yep,
they need maybe at least one little bit establishing, you know, their timing with this.
Right, because we haven't seen them this volume at all.
Right, unless they want to just have them just dropped on us.
Right, just surprise. Yeah, here they are. Oh man, like this volume has been so good.
Yeah, yeah. Don't you feel like in some ways Volume 6 was one where they took the scale of certain things with regards to the story up so high that this one is set up like perfectly to succeed by almost rebooting the framework and structure of the story to being a school family centered arc.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like that's a clever, you know, broad strategic choice that needs to be acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So far, no blizzard. It's just a light snowfall.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Is the heat off in Atlas too?
Yeah.
They wouldn't just turn the heat off, would they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's definitely giving me Alita Battle Angel vibes.
Since the day you were appointed headmaster, there have been Atlesians who are skeptical of one man holding 2 council seats.
Yes, which is exactly why we have checks and balances.
We're supposed to, but lately you've been running roughshod all over them, making unilateral decisions without us.
Councilman, I never intended...
What people intend and what they do aren't always the same, General.
Oh.
What? For how long? My authorization? Check it again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Councilman Schnee.
Yes, I
Oh.
agree with everything. Everything that was just said. No further questions.
I'm not quite done yet. You're afraid of something, General, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty obvious, Miss Hill. I'm trying to prevent Atlas from becoming another beacon, another haven.
Yet you don't trust your own council to help you? Operating in secret? These are the actions of somebody who's hiding something.
I'm not hiding anything.
Let's put it to the test.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
You're all aware of my semblance.
Right, of course they would be.
Let's settle it here and now, General Ironwood.
That's probably why she's here.
And now.
Okay.
Do it. Yeah.
Wait! You've got the wrong man on trial.
Oh!
I know who's been
Objection!
Yeah.
Who rigged the election. And my father does too. He's been working with him.
Is that Arthur Watts?
That's impossible! Dr. Watts died in the Paladin incident years ago.
What is this?
Oh.
Play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to know what happened here.
That bastard is costing me more money every day with this embargo. I'd lay off every employee in Mantle if I wasn't trying to get their damn votes for this council seat. What if I said you could have your cake and eat it too? What did you have in mind?
Wow.
Seems Ironwood never recognized my genius. After everything I gave him, he still disgraced me. I simply wish to return the favor. What's in it for me? A seat on the council. All I need is your login credentials to the Atlas network. You promised to make Ironwood's life a waking nightmare, and I will guarantee you victory at the polls by giving the voters down in Mantle a little digital push.
Whoa.
I always knew you were a good scientist, Arthur. But I never knew you were such a good salesman.
Enough.
That is... I can explain that.
Oh, you're done!
isn't real.
Jacques, take your seat.
What? Running?
Oh, yeah.
Weiss.
Jacques Schnee, you're under arrest.
Yeah!
Boom!
Yeah! She's been waiting for that for a while!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah!
What?
And now it's like, oh, by the way, the heating grid's off, courtesy of...
Yeah.
Atlas killed the heat on purpose!
Oh, man.
So they're just trying to survive now. They need...
Yeah.
The situation here is getting out of control. Please advise.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
You'd stoop low to get what you wanted, Jacques. But this...
This is all a great leap, James.
No. It's quite simple, really.
Wait.
Now that I know Arthur
Yeah.
is alive,
Why didn't he tell them about...
the madman Tyrion Kalos, it would be easy for someone like him to coordinate an unthinkably heinous act like the one in that warehouse.
Wow.
Watts designed Mantle's entire security network. He used that access to hack the surveillance system and frame someone else for the job.
All right.
But...
all while stealing an election. And once you became a councilman, your newly granted clearance gave him a backdoor into Atlas' secure network.
Wow.
But you probably hadn't even considered that, had you?
The people that died that night, their blood is on your hands.
Jacques Schnee must be tried, not only for treason, but as an accessory to murder.
These are outrageous accusations. I only intended to win the election. I had nothing to do with...
Only?
What else will he be able to do with the access Jacques given him?
With enough time, whatever he wants.
Wait, what? What do you mean the heat has gone off?
Yeah.
And Clover left early.
No, he was planning this.
You are going to shut your mouth and get the heating grid up and running again.
I've been informed that we can't get into the system. It's been blocked off.
Without heat down there, people are going to die.
A lot of people.
General Ironwood?
Yeah, we need to...
How bad
we
is
need to make it? We need to make a decisive move
He's
here.
using Jacques' credentials. We can follow that activity on the network if he's found his way into the Amity system.
Oh.
No. The secret is safe. For now. But if he learns about Amity, she learns about Amity.
Can you block his access?
It's too late. He's already starting to lock us out.
Can we trace him somehow? Find out where he's hiding?
He's going to be mobile. We need his access point. We need to get him out in the open.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Yep. Still here, everyone. How do a disgraced scientist and disappeared serial killer find each other, General? Why would they target you? And why are you working so hard to hide the Amity communications tower from them?
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's talking. This is good. Stuff's gonna happen in the meantime.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Well, hey, Maria Calavera, you want to be a huntress? And I guess she's old, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Atlas Manta Team Delta, beginning first run.
Oh, my God. Jeez. And they just shrug it off like it's nothing. Well, those are useless.
All right.
Yep.
I used to think you were hiding.
This is bad.
But I can tell there's something much bigger going on here. Now I think it's to protect something else. Us. Atlas, maybe even all of Remnant. And you're afraid of what might happen if you tell the truth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
General, the Grimm are all over Mantle. The air fleet's doing everything they can, but they can't easily target Grimm in the city without risking casualties.
When he beats people on the ground.
So I guess maybe he was just getting Oscar?
Sir?
Yeah, that doesn't seem
need ground
right.
support now.
What we need is to start evacuating Mantle. If it's completely overrun, it's not going to be safe anywhere. Use the fleet
If I move the fleet, then Atlas is vulnerable. I tried to keep the kingdom safe, and now we're losing everything.
Oh, Ozpin, Oscar.
Earlier, you asked for my advice.
Okay.
I wanted Ozpin's advice.
And his advice probably would have been to keep your secrets. When we first got here, you already knew that wasn't the right course.
Whoa,
you had a new plan.
It's time to give up on that plan. It's all falling apart.
The panic you were worried about, it's already happening. The secrets you're keeping, they're about to be in the open anyway. It's time.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Tell the truth.
You're not alone.
That might actually reduce the panic and...
We can do this together.
We'll see, yeah. Nice.
Thank you.
Nice
Awesome.
theme. Nice music choice there. That was clever.
The academy.
I think you're right.
Miss Hill, Councilman Sleet, Councilwoman Camilla, there are some things you need to know about. Let's figure out how we can help Mantle. Together.
Okay.
I called a transport. What about Watson Tyrion?
You leave them to me. Right now, you're needed down below.
All right, everybody. It's time to do our jobs.
All right. Squad up. Yeah, Penny! Yeah, Penny!
Let's make it happen, Huntsman.
All right, squad up.
Right. Neo!
What?
Oh,
what is that, Neo?
Yeah!
Is that freaking Neo?
Yeah!
You first.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Actually.
I just wanted to say.
Thought that maybe we should tell Ironwood.
Oh, well, I guess we're on the same page, huh?
Guess
Okay, so you stay here.
He's finally choosing
tell
the
him.
truth over fear. We should do the same.
I'll tell him. I'm the one who chose to keep it from him.
No, you combat.
Transport's leaving.
I think you're needed elsewhere.
You're sure?
Yeah, I've got it.
He's got the relic. He's got
Good luck
Ozpin.
in there.
He's got potentially Neo.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I am worried.
All right, everyone. I need to stress to our new huntsmen and huntresses, we are prioritizing citizen safety over killing Grimm. Got it?
Ren, what's up?
All right.
Okay. Good. Everyone's just, stealing themselves,
Yeah.
leaning on each other. Whoa.
Ironwood wouldn't lie about something like this.
You really think he can stop her?
Oh, he already told them.
Yeah.
She can't be killed.
Yeah.
Jin told you this.
She showed us when we asked what Oz was hiding.
Why? Why would Oz keep this from us? From the people who trusted him?
He was worried you would lose hope. We're sorry we kept it from you too. We didn't know who to trust.
Yeah.
I figured you should know before you make any sacrifices. Sir? What are you gonna do?
All we can do for the moment is what we can to save Mantle.
Right.
That's what's in front of us.
Yep.
Okay. I'm proud of you. You're bringing the hope that Atlas was meant to inspire. The city in the sky is held to a higher standard.
You say that like you were there.
Oh, he's blending.
We should move.
Oh, man.
Oscar.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No more surprises, all right.
Oh.
I'm not sure I could take it.
You and me both.
Oh man, we're literally about to get. Oh! Oh, it's like a dinosaur.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Please.
Oh.
Yep.
Voice is gonna go surgical. And I love that callback to Jean being the barf boy.
Can't shake it.
Oh. Oh! That was a second one.
We're staying airborne. It's time to go. You have your team assignments.
Oh man.
Let's go.
Time for a
All right.
strategy. That's how lucky he is. That's
too long. Yeah, thanks for the tip.
Wait.
Try to keep up, kid.
Oh, whoa!
Okay.
Show off.
Oh yeah, Whitley.
Don't touch me like that.
Okay. Well, this is a painfully awkward
I'll be
situation.
reporting this rough treatment.
Oh, Neo.
Watching
Neo.
you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What did she do?
I don't know.
Or what is she going to do?
Is she going to the Maiden? No.
The Maiden's not here.
Yeah,
no.
never mind.
Huh. You're back early. Tell me you found what we've been looking for.
Okay.
I love it.
This is great.
I love
this is
it.
so great.
Okay. So this is our kind of our PvP kind of moment here, but in a positive way. And we get some exciting.
Man.
That's a cool looking Grim.
Like positive and negative because both sides are doing so well. Like
But
yeah, this is mostly the good guys making their counter move. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And while this was something that we expected would go basically, badly in a lot of ways for the majority of people, it's just that they don't have full tempo established to be able to make their move. All right. Yeah. We got Jacques locked away.
Yeah.
So that worked out incredibly smoothly.
Oh yeah. It was
so smooth.
Objection.
So easy. You've got the wrong man. Just the way Weiss shows up, and we're just like, this is gonna be easy from here on out. But no. We get also the scope of the way things are going here. But I want to throw two things into this here.
Clover, bad news.
Clover left early and didn't say anything. Didn't say anything about the heat going off.
Yeah.
Now, he does not have, in my opinion, the authority to make the call as to whether or not he would report that to his superior, Ironwood.
Right.
We have another reason to suspect him now in the form of Neo and Cinder being in here.
Oh.
How did they get in here? I like the idea that, they're competent. This was easy.
Right. They infiltrated Beacon. Yeah, Neo does the same thing with her abilities, for the Shinee Mansion. Yeah.
But you're telling me they had no help? That means they made no contact with Watts and Tyrion?
Well, the thing
is, if they did, then they would have done their own... they would have done something in conjunction with them.
Except that it seems, from how things left off previously, it seems that Cinder is very much on the outs. She hasn't actually gone back to reestablish her connection with Salem and everything. So I think she's operating on her own agenda, which is even crazier.
Which is I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they've done this multiple times throughout the volume and made Clover specifically do things where we're just like, hey.
Hey.
Yep.
What is that? Yeah.
And there's literally no reason as of now as to why that is. I don't really think he's like some kind of traitor like the community does. Except he keeps having these little coincidences add up where I'm just like, I don't know what to think now. And added that there was something really important that Neo and Cinder were looking for on the Schnee Manor. Like in the Schnee grounds. What would actually be so important here that they would actually be looking for it? I can't think of anything.
Me neither.
I really can't.
Because their motivation right now is to kill Ruby, right? Even though you could say that like Neo also could be pretty mad at Cinder and stuff like that, but Cinder's motivation is not Salem's motivation right now. They've made that pretty clear, right? She has her own personal agenda.
She hasn't checked in.
She hasn't checked in. Exactly.
If she does, she's going to get punished.
Right. So now, but what's the point? Like Ruby's going fighting Grimm and stuff. So
Cinder has been always a rather simple character in that she doesn't have the best writing attached to her, but she wants power. And I do like the idea that maybe through this whole shenanigans thing, maybe they could be pointed in a direction to look for the maiden.
Right.
And that I think is a serviceable reason, but I still find it odd that Clover gets a call that we don't actually have confirmation even that was Atlas people talking about the heat situation.
Right, exactly.
That could have been anything.
That could have been anything. So the things that are making me think like things Clover could be used for. One, the relic.
Yes.
Right. Two, the maiden. Right. Those are the two high profile things where you would want someone that has the trust of Ironwood specifically.
Right.
And having a good luck semblance seems like it would be very helpful for something like that. Right. Other than that, doesn't seem to be too much. Now, for the relic, that could be something tied to Salem, right?
Yeah.
For the maiden, that could also be something tied to Salem, but maybe he's a deep cover agent and he doesn't really report back.
Sure.
It's just when you get contacted, do what we need you to do.
Right.
And Cinder's maybe using that because he doesn't know that Cinder's not part of the squad anymore, right?
That's very possible. I think one of the themes of this volume has been disenfranchisement.
Yes.
The idea that there's a problem with the way the structure is currently set up, and yet the structure has a reason in the way it needs to be there. Ironwood is kind of the positive force of that. Jacques is the negative.
Yep.
And then,
Maria Hill?
Did you say Maria Hill?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's no. Yeah, exactly. Our Robin Hill.
Robin Hill, yes.
Yeah, Maria Hill is the Avengers.
That's right.
Yeah, I know. I've literally done that in my head multiple times.
And we also have a Maria character,
Right.
Yeah.
Robin Hill is the
Robin
Hill is the people representing the disenfranchisement with with what's going on here.
And the girl in Avengers also made her fame with a character named Robin. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it gets a little bit confusing there, but it's pretty funny. But we don't have anyone currently in the Atlas structure, the school military fusion combination thing that shows any sign of disenfranchisement. If anything, Ironwood is actually the closest thing to that in that he doesn't feel like he can trust our protagonist and basically kind of the Ozpin structure that was set up. So he's doing things his way. And having someone that is kind of the focal point in a lot of ways for a lot of the stuff with the Aesops, whereas the others are caricatures. They're minimalist characters for a squad that shows us what Atlas is capable of.
Right.
We could very easily have something where it's not even about some evil traitor or something like that. It's just someone who has a motivation that doesn't line up exactly with Ironwood's.
Sure.
And needs to be explained at some point.
Well, and if they wanted to do something where if Clover is a traitor, right? One of the things that also calls into question is the Aesops. Because
not necessarily, but
not necessarily, but if they wanted to, they could. Because one of the things that we've talked about a few times is that other than the Grimm, the bad guys are short-staffed, right? If we're wanting to have basically like antagonistic characters that the good guys fight against, it's pretty limited because they can't actually permanently defeat the people that they're going up against usually, right? It has to be done.
A little bit of a meta thing.
Like it has to be done very sparingly. Like in the case of,
though, is on the table.
Tyrion is potentially on the table, yeah, and that's after a good long amount of time.
Neo are on the table.
Cinder and Neo. But the thing is that if you do that, then suddenly it's like who's left, right? Like who's left on the bad guy side. If you do something where Clover is a traitor, there is a very good likelihood that the rest of the Aesops are traitors because the squad unit is the squad feeling is very real, right? If you have someone that's the leader of the squad, odds are they'll have more loyalty when it really comes down to it to the squad leader than say to Ironwood. Now that might not be the case, but it would certainly create conflict within the Aesops that would be very interesting.
Yeah. And I agree in that it is less interesting if we had the squad fighting each other because we don't have as big of a connection to the characters within the squad. So the idea that Marrow and Vine, for instance, end up fighting would be like, that's going to be a really cool fight. But it wouldn't feel as impactful if it was that way, rather than having it be Nora and Ren versus two members of the Aesops.
Exactly.
We would go, oh my god, please stop fighting everyone, please.
Right. Yep.
So that's something that I think wouldn't be necessarily a traitor turned evil kind of thing, but more of a, we have something that's, bigger than just Atlas.
Exactly. There's important. There's plenty of ways that they could do it
and have the motivations work.
And have the motivations work and everything, and they don't have to. But if Clover is in the air, then that's something we have to think about.
Right. We have everyone going boots on the ground. I was waiting for Ironwood to say something like that, and I was going to be like, I was basically going to quote the volume 2 opening, Are we weapons pointed at an enemy so someone else can claim a victory? And there were some really cool music choices with some other things in there. I'll leave that to the analyst people to go into that. But right now, this is where we find out where the main play is, because I don't think actually this Grimm attack is the main point of this.
It can get a lot worse.
Well, yeah. Salem had a Thanos kind of thing in the previous volume of like, all right, fine, I'll do it myself kind of thing.
Right.
Where she then basically preps this army of Grimm that we still haven't seen yet.
Yep.
And if they want to have this be a thing where the protagonists lose here or have to make sacrifices, a move being made on Atlas when we have the majority of our main characters down in Mantle would lead to some very cool moments where you have basically a grand escort mission of sorts where we need to find a home for all the people in Mantle who will not be able to stay here, otherwise they will die. And Atlas probably has the capacity to basically have that be a safe place. But then it starts consolidating the battlefields of choice to where things become a final stand in Atlas. And as far as a volume goes, I don't think we're there yet. So this could be basically just the get everyone in one place, have all the panic be there, let them tear each other apart.
Theoretically, if they wanted to.
Yeah.
They could use the Relic of Creation to lower safely Atlas back down, because I don't think there might. Okay, maybe there is stuff underneath Atlas that would make sense since it's been so long.
A lot,
okay. If it, barring that or something, the Relic of Creation could potentially be used to solve the heat problem. If they aren't able to solve the problem, like Watts has taken over the system, right? And they need a solution like now, that is something that could come into play. But
I feel like right now they might even go for the thing where it's not about having some grand takeover. It's just Atlas needs to fall.
Sure.
And whatever is the means by which they do that, that's what we're going to see. That will be the spectacle, so to speak, of
right.
volume
That ends the volume.
It won't be some final stand or what have you, even though that would be rather cool. It's we need to make the choice here. Atlas needs to fall in order to save everyone. And in order to do that, there'd be some specific things that need to be led up here. But
right.
Hey, we got our conversation. Everyone's talking.
Yep.
It is, the majority of the episode was this council room and everyone just kind of sharing information. But, there were a lot of really cool, powerful moments with Ironwood.
Oh, yeah.
And voice acting's rather well done. We have not only kind of the messages of what's going on being shared, to everyone here. We have Robin Hill essentially getting the truth of everything out, so that her and Ironwood could actually work together. And what's actually set up is a real reimagining and rebuilding of whatever the kingdom of Atlas becomes, because all the main leaders now are on the same side. In some ways, we can't really lose the unity fight amongst our main named characters now.
Right. Yeah.
Unless they go the traitor route with Clover.
Yeah, introducing a new conflict, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I would say the antagonist could go for the heist move.
Of just steal the relic.
Steal the relic of some kind.
And then that's how Atlas falls.
That's basically the main problem here. And if I'm thinking about Ironwood and where his goal is at, he needs to get Amity up.
Yes.
Right now, I think what is going to be his big character choice is whether or not he uses the MacGuffin that he set up as, and he literally said this would be how they could do it, is that they would just use the Relic of Creation in order to get Amity Tower up and just take as many people and as many bits of military hardware or what have you as possible up there with it, and just leave the rest to those that can fight down there. And
gotcha.
And
for some reason, I thought they said at some point that they managed to get the Amity Tower up already. I'm not sure. Maybe
I don't
or
think
maybe
so.
not. Yeah, because otherwise, why would they still need supplies?
Yeah. No, I think if anything, it was stalled.
Or wait, no. The Amity Tower is not for telling Atlas, because they could already do that, right? Because they have the system. It's for telling the rest of the world.
Right.
So they don't actually... Right. And since the idea now is not to tell the whole world, it's to tell the people of Atlas to be like, hey, this is the situation. We are doing the best we can, but yeah, there's problems, right?
Right. Right now, they might already have lost, in a lot of ways, communication to the kingdom at this.
Oh yeah, who knows? Because Watts can do in there, yeah.
Yeah. I like that in some ways. He is kind of I move the plot as I want once he has this special,
MacGuffin
plot thing. And I'd say that that's fine, because most of what he's doing is he's not ending the story in a specific way or like just instantly ending conflicts. He is creating conflict, which basically makes our characters, our protagonists, be the reactionary, we have to fix this. And that leads to generally just some good drama. So I guess we're at the situation where we need to have all of our characters now agree on a goal, a thing that is the most important. Take the execution in order to do it, and act on it. Right now, we have probably the most important scene of Ironwood's stuff in the volume here happen, and that is him coming to terms with the truth of the matter.
Right.
What are your thoughts on his kind of response here?
I love it. I absolutely love it, because it's one of the issues with having characters that are strong and determined or whatever, right, is that can feel very one note if you don't see the struggle, right? And yet the flip side can be you have someone that's just constantly complaining, and then that's more for like the coming of age story type character. But for someone that's already previously established and supposed to be competent, it can be really tough, because then how do you keep the stakes high, right? If they're not also freaking out about the stakes, right? If it isn't something that pushes them past
if it isn't
their limit.
something that affects them in some way, how
exactly
can you call it stakes?
Yeah. And here we've been building up for this entire volume, right, for Ironwood, and here we're seeing the culmination, right, where he realizes she can't be defeated. Even if there was a sacrifice that you could make, it wouldn't do anything. And
right.
He's just...
It would slow her down.
Yeah, at best.
But that's it.
Right. Like, and, you know, so what do you do here, right? And it's this... I'm so glad we see it here, because I feel like this is on the one hand a climax of the development for Ironwood, of holding on to hope and things like that, and the idea that even in the face of impossible odds, you know, there are some things that you have to depend on that might not be quantifiable as in terms of guns and, you know, and troops, right?
Right.
And yet this is basically the egg is cracked now, and now we need to see, in the same way that Atlas and this whole kingdom will be very different after the events of this. Yeah. Right. We're also going to see how Ironwood will be different after this, because this is the final nail in the coffin of my way of doing things can only go so far.
Right. So he has to do basically the thing that leads to the most immediate relief and positive influence to those around him, which is he takes the first thing in front of him and he just handles that one step at a time.
Yep.
He doesn't put the burden of everything being solved on himself.
Right.
And starts to let other people in. What I like that they showed here, and it was something that was rather just kind of a fun bit of this here, is that when Ironwood and Oscar speak, Ironwood's realizing that that this whole situation is one that probably couldn't have been avoided, and it's very typical of Ozpin to have not shared this. But then when he looks back to Oscar and he goes, no more surprises, all right? I think this is him legitimately asking Ozpin to be like, hey, buddy, I need you. I need you.
Exactly. I've trusted you as much as I can, and I've been depending on you, and now you're not here anymore, and I've gone as far as I can. I have literally come to my limit.
And this is directly after he mentions a city in the sky must be held to a higher standard.
Yeah. Yep.
And then he's like, you almost...
Yeah.
And then he gets,
Right. And then there's an interruption, right, to... Yep.
Right. And then, he says his name, Oscar.
Right. But he's really trying to talk to Ozpin here. Yeah.
So I feel like this is just foreshadowing that we'll get actually a conversation where Ozpin is going to speak to someone. I don't think it's necessarily has to be Ironwood, but Ozpin is going to speak before this volume is over.
Yep.
By the way, sci-fi looking pterodactyl dragon dinosaur Grim.
I love it.
Very cool. The whole wing effect. I'm surprised they had that be the look.
Yeah, the visuals. This whole volume just looked so good.
I just gotta say, I personally not really as fan of the
the cracks on the wings and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, because it's electric rather than it being static.
Oh,
But I love the head, the skull of these things. And the way it looks like it's frosted tipped with snow.
Yep.
Looks fantastic. And then even just a lot, it's not really that important in the grand scheme of things, but these little bits of conversation between the Aesops just to remind us, they each have personalities. They were each written specifically to be unique characters.
Yeah.
And it's cool that that they're able to somehow make that, and pull it off. But Neo.
Well, before Neo, last thing I really kind of want to say is that bit with Whitley of him just sitting on the steps. I love. I mean, I've said it so many times before, but I absolutely love lingering moments where no words are used, but showing, not telling, right? And in order to communicate so much more. And this whole bit with Whitley here, where he's just watching his dad get carried off to jail.
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, it almost looked like he had tears. It almost looks like he has tears welling up in his eyes.
Maybe.
He does. He does. Yeah, right there.
Oh.
And right there.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But like that's fantastic. It's such a great way to take that contradiction of, you know, the mom saying, you know, look out for your brother too, when it's little Shitley, right? And
yeah, also the idea of being left alone.
Oh yeah.
He's even more alone now. Yes, It was Jacques being taken away.
Right. Like Jacques isn't a good person to be the one person that's keeping you from being alone, but now he doesn't even have Jacques. Like that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
And now...
yeah, we have Cinder and Neo in Schnee Manor.
Or maybe somewhere else, and that's why she was leaving.
Oh, that's probably what this little shed kind of looking thing over here is. Yeah, so she goes into this area that's like a little hall, kind of
separate place,
area, what have you. It almost looks like
maybe it's like a servant's quarters or something.
I just don't know how she would get codes.
Well, maybe it's something where she specifically got it to the point where she became an employee.
It just means she's been here a long time.
Yeah. Well, and that's great because, you know, they all kind of left at the same time in Volume 6, and the fact that we haven't seen them yet, they were doing things, you know. So.
Well, that's actually a good point. Based on the time when they left, it actually might have been very different time in terms of where the other characters were leaving. I don't remember who said this, but way back when there was a lot of talk in the community around how Neo and Cinder, and a lot of people didn't really clue into this, was that Cinder and Neo were leaving at a different time based on a sequence of events.
Gotcha.
With other things.
Okay.
So it's actually a relevant point of discussion.
Oh, cool.
Potentially now, given that they are in Atlas and we didn't see how they arrived.
Well, and they also had like that bit where they did the montage of Atlas Academy, and it felt kind of like a little bit of a time skip there, you know? Like even if it was a small one. So there's that. Right. But then there's also the idea that Neo, do we know where Neo's from? Is she from Atlas? Like that's been like guessed, but
I don't know. Like I don't know how that would mean. What does that mean?
Well, just that this could just be like where Neo lived, you know, or something. But yeah,
possibly. But yeah, next episode will be Chaos in Mantle.
Oh yeah,
and Ironwood's decision, how he wants to do this.
Yep.
And
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how many episodes they've got in this volume. They usually do 13, but sometimes I think they've done you know, more or less in the past and stuff. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see, y'all. But thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction in a full-length timer version with no episode footage, where you sync up your footage from Rooster Teeth First, you know, their stuff there, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there, and any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about other shows, other stories, anime, and also Jacob's sci-fi novel that he wrote.
So I wrote a book. It's a sci-fi novel. It's awesome. It's called Battle Lines. It's available for purchase on Amazon. The link's in the description below. It's in both hardback and ebook, so if you're interested, go check it out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.